Okay, so it looks like your page is coming up. Looks like you have a spelling mistake right here where it says indulge. So make sure you check that correction. When it comes to the coding, I don't see any big issues with your style sheets and your HTML page here. The one thing you want to watch out for is I would avoid doing the inline styles here. Since you're doing a style sheet, I assume you have an H1 tag here. You do. So what I would do is I would take letter spacing, copy it, and move it over into here. Now I do like having kerning and tracking added. I think the 14 pixels might be a little bit too much, so you might want to bring it down to like 8 for that purpose. Now when I do this, this is going to apply to all the H1 tags. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in here. We don't need this, so we're going to delete that. Okay. Same thing down here with your footer. You add text decoration and style, dotted, and so forth. What I want to do is I want to take that and I'm going to add it to the footer section. Just like that. So you want to add it to the external style sheet so it applies it to every page and makes your life a lot easier on that aspect. Then you delete that. Now you see where this is red coming in? Hold on one second. Now if you remember the meta tag that we added up there at the top of the char set, sometimes when you put in those special characters, HTML looks at it and might not interpret it. So we're given certain codes to put in, and so what I do is I take this code entity. You could do the amp as well, but usually default we use these numbers here. And what I do is I copy and paste this over, and I paste this in right here with your code. Make sure there's spaces, and it knows that that is going to substitute an ampersand in that place. So something to watch out for on that. Now, with that said, as we take a look at this, I do think that where it says here at Mad Burger we have a variety of flavorful burgers and sandwiches. Again, we got to spell indulge. In many burgers available, which include beef burgers, turkey burgers, veggie burgers, sandwiches, wraps, sides, and also so I think we need to start off a little bit differently to kind of attract people who are looking for a burger joint and so forth. I think we want to take and reword this a little bit. For example, I want if you want people to come to Mad Burger, so maybe we do something like this instead. Instead we say Mad Burger is the best spot for handcrafted burgers, and something like that. And then you start with a new sentence. I put a closing paragraph tag here, and then opening paragraph here. So this is on a separate tag. So that way you're stressing that, and we might even make this like an H3 or H4 tag, just because we want to make it bold and make it stand out. So that's something to take a look at. Mad Burger is the best spot for handcrafted burgers. So when we say handcrafted, that means we make different types of burgers from scratch. And so I think that's something important to think of. In theory, and then this line we probably don't need because that's what we're talking about up there. And yeah, so something like that, and maybe that's the best way to start that.